Okay, this video is about fire particle background, and it animates here for a background sequence here. So let me show you how that was created. Alright, so in the background here on the main room, there's just one image here, which is a question mark, and that's this object right here, object fire. So it's visible in the room. Do a create event, go to control tab, bring over a coded sheet, and this is basically what it does. Is you want to initiate the particles, then mypart equals part emitter create global part system fire. Excuse me. Then you want to do part underscore emitter region. So, and these are the coordinates right here. So the size of it, how big it's going to be, the height, width, length. Excuse me. Alright, so that's the first part there to get it started. Then you have a step event, then you do another coded sheet, and part emitter burst, global part system fire. So if you change this number to like 5 instead of 10, it's going to show less, I believe. Yeah, it animates faster when you show less. If you do 10, then it's going to be animating slower. But I think at 10, I'm not sure, I think it does, yeah, see how it moves slower? So I'm thinking that's dealing with speed. So if you change it to 5, it goes faster. Now the only thing is, about this, these emitters here, and I talked about this before with doing particles. You can do it in your game, but I wouldn't do so many particle systems because it may potentially crash your device. So I'll just be very careful with that. I mean, you could probably do the same simulation using images if you wanted to, but it looks very. I like the effect. It looks nice. It's just I would be very cautious with how much particles you're going to do in your game. All right, so that pretty much deals with the speed of it. Now we also have a script here, and this is talking about pretty much how it's going to look. You know, the size of it, the orientation, the color. You can change these colors to whatever color you want for your fire. Green, purple, whatever you want to do. There's 3 blends here. And then how it's going to move. You can change these numbers here to make it move a different direction. Same with here to the life of it. This I wouldn't really mess with the life of it because it's constant. The animation is going to be constant. It's not going to look like it's not going to fade away anytime soon. So this life number, in my opinion, doesn't matter so much as maybe these movement coordinates are. But you can change these numbers here and it's going to look a little bit different. See, it's moving a little different now. I changed the coordinates. It's like the wind's kind of blowing it in a different direction. So you can mess with these numbers here. And the final piece here is going to be the sprint. So there's a bunch of sprint images here that kind of make up the way the animation is going to, how the fire looks. You can change all this stuff you wanted to. It's pretty much, it's treated as a mask. That's why you can't really, if you change, you can change the background color if you wanted to, but you won't be able to see the fire too much. I mean, I guess it depends on what color background you make it, but you can change these shapes, and all these shapes right here are in the animation you saw. All this stuff right here, this kind of makes up the fire. You can take all this stuff out and it's not going to really look pleasing, but see all these shapes here, the squiggly lines and the smoke, all that was in the sprints there that make up this animation. And like I said, if you take some of this stuff out, it's going to look different. See how it looks different? It's taking those shapes that are in the sprints and making that fire happen. If you take them all out, I don't think there's going to be anything. It might be just black. Yeah, see, this is black. So those shapes do play a vital role in making this fire happen. Without those shapes, it doesn't make the object. I think what it is these shapes right here, these sprint images here, are like a mask over the background. So then you're able to, it's like a cutaway. So this white here is a cutaway, and it animates in a certain fashion, make the fire, make it look like fire. Without these shapes here, there's no fire. So all these shapes are added into the code that makes the fire appear. And you could change the background to a blue, and let me see what happens. Yes, you can't really see, it doesn't really show up that well with the blue background, so you probably want to take a darker color. Yeah, with a darker color it pops up better. But black really makes it pop. But like I said, that's a good. You want to do a particle background, fire background. This is great for it. I don't know how to have it, how to make it begin and how to make it end. I guess it kind of does a begin and end, fade in, fade out. Well, fade in anyways. But it's kind of fast and abrupt. So I don't know, maybe you could potentially mess with the life of it. I don't know, if you change this to 0, 0, it's not going to come up. Yeah, it's not come up. So you do, I guess that life does play a vital role in it too. So you change these numbers to 90 or something, and it does something else. See, it's different now. See how it's moving very slow because the coordinates. So like I said, I'll give you this fire demo. You can play around with it. I don't know a whole lot about particles. I've talked about particles in the past, but I would just change these coordinates here and change the color of it and all that stuff, and just play around with it and have fun with it and get it to your liking. But like I said, it's treated as a background animation for your game. Just play around with the life of it, play around with the size and the direction and the color and all that stuff, and you'll come out with something great for your game or something. Alright, thanks for watching.